Okay, so I really don't have a clue what I'm doing, but I'm winging it, and that's what we do in life. So I'm going to make a cat house for Mitten, and I've got lots of bits and pieces, but looking at everything I'm like, right, I've got all these bits and pieces, how am I going to do this? So I've decided that I'm going to use the guinea tractor that they don't use anymore. I'm going to do something with this here chair, because the chair isn't doing much, and it had already got two little things underneath. So I'm going to take this top bit off and then use it to create a door frame and separate in there, and then I'm going to make a little house box out of there and then see what happens after that. So what I've done is I took the top off. Now I've attached this to the bottom. Now I've filled all three sides with blocks. I'm just trying to balance this on some wood to attach it to here, making an extended run, so it's got a little like chill house to be in. And I need to do something to separate that, but first I need to attach that to that, which is a whole lot of juggling. So I've got the end attached now. It's fairly solid. It's got a little floor inside, so a floor, a little ceiling, all sides are solid, so it's got a hidey hole. Now I'm trying to work out how to have less space for an escape artist. I remembered I have laminate, and I just pulled it out to see like how would it go on and what space there is. So like, this is why you should never throw shit out, because you never know when stuff will come in handy. And I reckon that two of them, I mean, I know they're a bit random, but two of them would cover that hole, wouldn't it? But if I put them on the bottom, that would be a floor. And then I could maybe look at doing something on the top to reduce the space. But I was trying to make it so it had a little bit of a bit more space for an adventure, you know. So I'll tip it on its side and see what I can do about a floor, and then I'll come back to seeing what I can do about a top bit, and then decide whether or not I'm being a bit too adventurous. So as you can see, the laminate's on. It's a bit of a, it's been made with all sorts of bits, hasn't it? So it's certainly not straight, but it's certainly better than most things. And so far it's free, so apart from the cost of screws. So I'm pretty impressed with this, to be honest, so far. I'm going to flip her over now and see what's what. Thanks, Eric. What I'd noticed is the frame had twisted as I'd been drilling it like dough. So I tipped it upside down, took it all out, redid it. Now it's really well straighter, and I'm going to now flip it back over and see about the top half. So it's coming along real good, actually. They're just there just to see a potential idea, but it really seems to be coming on nice. Now the issue I've got is, if she's in there, she's going to be faster than a human if she wants to get out, and this is open, right? So it's how we can do something that makes this more safe, so you can open and close, get the litter tray, and she can be in a separate bit, because you don't want her getting out when she's just had an op. So the idea was to get the top of this chair, you see, and somehow use it to separate, create a wall of some kind to separate one side from the other. Now it is still a little bit short, and if I attached it just to one side, it's still a bit loose on one side. I'm just wondering what are the chances for and of course if she messes on that side and trying to get her sorted and that, I don't think that's going to be very practical unless you'd have to take that off. So back to the drawing board there, because if that's there and it's solid, then you have to undo that to clean that and then have her in there, and that just wouldn't work. I'm wondering if this would go down here and be smaller, then turning that into a flat. Let's see what happens. Okay, so as you can see, I've moved the handle across, I've put the hinges on and I've cut that down, so we've now got a smaller handle and lifty up bit. Now to see what I can do about that side. Can you see who's come to join me? It's a bit hot over there, so he's come to sit under the tree with me and help me with this. He thinks drills are a little bit funny and something to sniff at, and he's not sure about the noise, but he's certainly finding it rather entertaining. So I can see that I've got so far, and now I'm kind of running out of bits. So I've got this bit done and that bit done. If I can get a back bit done, and a bit of a roof and some kind of side bit, we're going to be laughing. But I don't know how much more scraps of wood I can utilise, which is quite funny really. I'm going to see what I can do with these bits here and see what I've got under here, but I think everything in here is very small. Oh. It certainly takes longer when you're trying to find random pieces of wood and stick it all together, but we have Betty supervising and she's already tried to steal my screw, and that's okay because it's really coming along well and Bear's finding it all very interesting. So yeah, we're getting there. So we've got a little roof to do, some kind of front bit here, and who knows what will happen next, as I don't. So this is where we're up to now. We have most of the roof on, most of the side. We have not yet made the door. The screw was being a bit funny going in there, and I started using the jigsaw and the blade popped out. So I'm going to sort that out, and then hopefully I'll be able to finish off. All apart from the door, which I'm still trying to contemplate how to do it. Okay, can you see what I've done? Because I can. I don't suppose you know, do you? I was supposed to leave a hole inside for the cat to come upstairs, only I've not. I've fastened it all in and then realised I've not cut the hole, so I'm going to have to take the side off. But, well, Bear, you should have told me. If I weren't telling you not to dig a hole, I would have remembered. He says, I don't believe you. What do you think, Tilly? Eh? Stop. He says, I'm not doing nothing. It's imagination. So you see there, that's what I need to cut a hole in so it can get up to its top level. So I shall go and do that now. As you can see, the jigsaw blade snapped clear off trying to get it in there. I mean, it went in, but I think the angle just wasn't going to help. So I'm now looking, trying to think of what to do. And because that's like a supporting piece, I can't take that out now. So I think if I take this one out, then it can go up here and down there, and that's a big enough space for well, her to move around through. It's a shame she's lost all that space. I was only going to take a small piece of that out, but it's one of those things, I suppose. Let's see what I can do. The words fuck it, improvise, adapt and overcome come to mind. I took it out, I've turned it round so she gets some floor space. She's a small kitten, she'll fit through there, no bother. I'm just gonna get a little cushion to put in there, and then I'm gonna put this back on. So there you go. I'm just gonna have that like that. It's nice and simple. I'm gonna double check that back corner in case I can stick something over it. But this looks all right. I'm gonna stick the front back on and then go check that back corner because it looks like an escape hole. So Elsa's still got a bone. I think she's still batties. Bear's just chilling and having a break from getting grumped at, aren't you, Mr. Bear? You been grumpy? Well, have I been grumpy? Yes. You're saying you're not. What you are, digging. Every time I look at you, you stop. And ducks. Eric's shouting from behind the tree. And we've just about done. I found one of those bits of wood I didn't like to throw away, as everyone should have. And it's filled in the gap just beautifully. And everywhere else is all pretty solid. It's got little breathy gaps, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. We've got nice solid base without any drafts down there. Cushion bed inside. She's got plenty of viewing room around here. Oh, I should check that this lifts, shouldn't I? There we go. So it does lift. All the way around. So I just need to stick in, well, clean the bowls because they're a bit dirty, but Bear's been not digging. Look, what have you been doing? Who was that? Imagining it, weren't I? So, I'm going to clean these, Mr. Digger, and I shouldn't call you that, and manifest it, and then prepare it for Mitten coming home. So there we go, all ready. Popped in litter tray, it needs littering. Bowl of water, she won't be allowed to eat just yet. Little bed with a bit of blanket in. Well, I don't know how that bit's got in there, man. Little hidey hole, another hidey hole up top. So, not bad for a day's work. I'll just call the vet and see when she's ready to come home.